So I'm going to introduce today my very first interview with my very first client and young person that I worked with 10 years ago. It'll be 10 years ago this year under gang intervention and prevention. So this young person called me and said, Danielle, I just want to give back. Whatever I can do, I just want to give back. So he was saying to me he wanted to do voluntary work. And then he said, anything, if you want me to do a talk for you, I'll do a talk for you. I said, all right, Key, what we can do is we can do a video. And I'm just so grateful that you have come all the way down here to have this conversation. Again. So welcome, Cian.
Good to be here. Good to be here.
It's just relaxed vibes. We're just going to have a chat and just talk about, really tell the people about your story prior to your experiences that you had when you was younger.
Yeah.
When we worked together, what it's like as a young person navigating the justice system, what may have led you to be in the justice system, and also how you came out, because you're not in it anymore. I think there's a lot of young people, young adults that struggle to get out of the justice system. It's like a hamster wheel. So yeah, should we start off with your journey before your first offence? So what was life like for you growing up?
So I was always, I'd say, like naughty kid. I was not kicked out of school. I was suspended from school a few times for fighting. Where I had ADHD, when I was young, I was always quite mischievous, to say. Not bad, but just liked acting up. And then obviously I think when I became that extra bit of naughty, or like a bad kid, as you'd say, is obviously when my mum died. And then I went to like a secondary school. And obviously every time like I'd hear like a your mum joke or something like that, I'd just start punching people up and just go straight to violence like every time. So then, yeah, it got to the point where obviously I had a fight in school, and it ended quite bad. And then, yeah, I had the police at my door, and got kicked out of school as well.
Wow. So there was a lot that you just mentioned, some of which I knew, some of which I didn't. I think what I want to home in on, Key, is you mentioned that you were bad and naughty quite a bit.
Yeah.
Where did you get that from? Where did you get that you were bad and naughty?
I don't know. I was always, like, when I was young, getting in trouble at school, even from like the age of 5. So just looking at it
what
like that.
What did that look like? What did you get in trouble with? Like, what type of
like punching people, just being a little shit, as they say, sort of thing. Excuse my language, but yeah, just being a naughty kid, just getting into fights quite young, not listening to teachers, not wanting to be at school. And then, yeah, it just sort of progressed as I got older. Things sort of just got worse.
I do want to unpack this a little bit, because I want to understand the whys. And maybe you don't know at this point. And that's something we can continue to explore. Why do you think that those things happen? Like you mentioned, punching people. Do you remember, like, at least one memory of what led you to that point of doing something like that?
Kind of, like, I remember the first time I got kicked out of school. I was in like year 2. I remember there was a kid in my class, we just didn't get on. I can't remember what it was about, but we just was having sort of like a bicker. And then, yeah, I just punched him, and then that was the first time I got kicked out of school. And then, yeah, it just sort of kept happening as I got older.
How old was you when you was diagnosed with ADHD?
I think I was about 4 or 5. So like as long as I can remember being alive, like I've had ADHD and had tablets for it and things like that.
And did you get support for that? What support was in place?
Yeah, to be fair, I actually did. I had to go to see someone like once a month because my ADHD was quite bad. So I'd have like a day off school like once a month, where me and my mum would go to like, it was like some doctor's clinic, and they'd give me like a new dose of tablets, and then I'd speak to him about how I've been at school, sort of thing.
Okay.
So yeah, no, to be fair, I did have a bit of support, but at that age, obviously you're immature, I didn't really care. Yeah. Obviously I'm going there thinking, why am I even coming here? Yeah, it was that kind of attitude at the time. Like, so yeah, I didn't really think I had anything wrong with me either, if you know what I'm saying.
Probably didn't understand.
Yeah.
Like at that age, that's really young age. Do you know what I mean? To have been diagnosed, and then to be going to a doctor's office and be taking medication. It's very likely that you didn't even understand what was happening at that point.
Yeah. I think I was just even that might have made me angry because people would treat me different, and I didn't think something was wrong with me. Obviously, in class, you get like teachers talking to you like you're a bit of an idiot kind of thing from a young age. Not like that, but you know what I'm saying? So
I think I understand. I thought,
there's nothing. I was a smart kid as well in school, so I'm thinking nothing's wrong with me. Like, why they treat me like that?
Right.